guess what? The business is paying for you to ride.
Exactly. So if you got a car, this is one of the easiest ways to actually start your business credit. You know, if you can refinance the car that you're already paying for, now you get a write-off. And guess what? You know, it's a legal write-off. They can't deny it because the car now is in the name of the business. So if you guys are excited, look, I want y'all to participate tonight. Put it in the chat, you know, that you guys are excited. Let's put some flames in the chat because Gloria and I, we're going to drop some good information tonight, y'all.
Yeah. So we're talking about how to refinance your vehicle in your business name. Now, you can't go wrong with that. Financing your vehicle in your business name. That right there, Marvin, is a game changer for your, you know, let's just talk about your personal credit, okay?
Yeah.
That's the game changer for your personal credit because it helps you with your utilization. You know, like a lot of times as a business owner, we bog down our personal credit with business expenses. Exactly. So let's stop doing that and take advantage of what we have right in front of us. But let me say this. We have not because we know not.
Exactly.
So when you come on here and you get this good knowledge and all of this free game, you can do better and learn how to scale your business.
Right. And like Gloria is saying, think about your personal credit, right?
Yeah.
That's number one. Think about your personal credit. Yes. You are able to clear up your utilization if you take that car off your personal credit and put it on your business credit. That alone is going to help your debt to income ratio. So if you're trying to buy a house or whatever it is, now you're putting that debt, taking it from your personal credit and adding it over onto your business credit.
I have like one of our clients. She is so amazing. She's in the music industry. And she called me. She was like, "Well, I'm going to refinance my car. I want to put it in my business name. So I can help with my utilization. I'm trying to make some moves." I'm like, okay. She called them Navy Federal, and Navy Federal's like, okay, we can put that over to in your business name. We're just going to charge you a $50 transfer fee. I'm like, okay. $50, that's it?
That was it. That's it. You know, some lenders is not that bad. Some, we've been doing our research, go up to 100% of whatever the vehicle is. Yes. But, you know, you got to keep in mind, one, you're going to get the tax savings. You got to remember that now you can write the vehicle off because it's in the business name. Okay. And let's face it, all of us at some point in time use our vehicles in our business. So now, like most of the time, you can write off the mileage, all of that. Now you can probably write off the maintenance and more. I'm not a tax person. Talk to your tax advisor. But putting it in your name has so many benefits. I think the number one benefit is the utilization. Now that payment isn't taken off of your personal income, they got to take that off as a business expense in your business income. So that's number one.
That is 100% right, Marvin. And, you know, guys, drop it in the chat. Ask some questions. What do you want to know? You know, we're not just talking about financing your car. We're talking about scaling your business to the next level, which is so important. We were talking to a client today, well, a potential client, I should say.
Yeah.
Because we do free consultations.
Yeah. Anybody wants a free consultation, the link is in the chat.
Yes. So you can jump on the call with Marvin and I, and we can tell you about, you know, how we can help you scale your business. That's what we're into. We're into empowering your finances because that's a part of growing your business. You know, having the tools that you need to be successful. You know, I remember when I started out, I didn't have a coach. I didn't have a roadmap to success. I didn't have anyone to help me get started. So guess what? I had to fail to succeed. Because I didn't know which way to go, Marvin. I didn't have anyone to help me or to tell me or, you know, a mentor. And then when I got that mentor, woo, baby.
You started avoiding mistakes. Yeah. You know, people don't realize when you get a mentor, you avoid a lot of financial mistakes.
Yeah.
You know, things that as a new business owner, you may not know. And I want you guys to stick around a little bit. We're going to talk about how you can do this with no personal guarantee. Yes, I said it. You hear a lot about this, but I'm going to show you they have it. Different lenders have it where you can actually do no personal guarantee when you do a commercial vehicle. So stick around for that. But like Gloria is saying, having a mentor is so important to help you avoid mistakes in business.
Yes.
You know, a lot of things that you're going to do. I remember I needed a mentor when I was having, you know, trouble with my business. Yes. Usually that's the time you need the best advice, is when you're going through financial trouble. One thing that Gloria and I love to teach is look for money while things are going good. Like, look for more financing while things are going good, because what happens, we tend to only look for money when things are bad. Yeah. And if y'all don't notice, how many times have you raised money for your business? Can y'all put this in the chat? How many times have you raised money for your business? Usually it's one time. Yeah. You know, we raise money when we start, and then we just hope the business pays off all our bills. Maybe it will, maybe it won't. But what we try to teach in our mentorship is keep raising capital. Keep raising capital. You know, think about it. You got to have computers. You got to have vehicles. You got to have employees, working capital. These are things that you need to keep raising capital for all the time. And somebody said, what are the current interest rates? Of course, rates on a auto loan on the commercial side is going to be a little bit higher than on the personal side. Yeah. Because it's a business. I mean, you got to always keep this in mind. Insurance will be a little higher, and also the interest rates will be a little higher. Yeah, we just have helped a gentleman probably about a month ago. He wanted to put his car in his business name. Right. And he called Bank of America. Yeah. And he was already banking with them. So just keep in mind, some of these institutions that you already have a relationship with, hey, it's going to be game over. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. And remember, when you're trying to, you know, get these things in your business name, talk to the bank that you already bank with, like Gloria said. Yeah. A lot of times we hear all this stuff on the internet, on YouTube, on Instagram, that, hey, let me go try this other bank. You may have the best interest rates and the best relationship with who you bank with. And we believe in telling you guys to have relationship banking, you know, especially when you're talking on the business side. You want to do some direct deposits. You know, you want to also use your debit card. If you build a relationship with the bank, I'm telling you, I'm here to tell you, it'll reward you much later. It will. Yeah. Let me tell you something. The more you build a relationship, the more products they're going to offer you. Exactly. Like, I'm going to be honest with you guys. I love being VIP. I love being VIP at the bank. I love being in the circle. What is it called? Circle of influence. The circle of influence with the bank. You know, I love having that personal banking experience where I have my own dedicated, you know, Marvin and I have our own dedicated personal banker. Right. So you could just pick up the phone and say, hey, I need a wire transfer. Right. Hey, I need to do this. But what we're going to do is show you how to get to the We're going to show you guys how to do it, so that you can have that same experience, which is so important. I guarantee you it saves you so much time. You know, like, let me say this. In order to do this, you don't have to be rich. Right. You just got to make money. And the know-how. And the know-how. You just got to be able to make some money. Exactly. And let us show you how to make money. That's what it's about. And one of the main things to remember, you know, is that when you start your business, let's bag up a little bit. Make sure that you have your business at the Secretary of State. Okay. I know some people may be sole proprietors, but you want to be at the Secretary of State. That's number one. Those are I would call these loans low docs. It's not really no docs. It may be low docs. So make sure that you have your business registered with the Secretary of State, that you paid your fees every year. Also, that you got your EIN number. Those are two documents that I would definitely make sure I have when I go to the bank to do this refinance, because they want to verify it's you. They want to verify that, you know, you are the owner of the LLC or the corporation. Then I would make sure I have a professional email, you know, an email with your company name at the end, like Marvin at so-and-so, so-and-so. Or .com, you know what I'm saying? Not gmail.com. Not Yahoo. Not Yahoo. Right. We're talking about your company in that email.
that, you know what, like really, Marv, that right there solidifies your business in the banking world.
Right.
It makes it seem, it looks like you're more professional.
Right.
That's why they want you to have an office. That's why they want you to have a professional email. They want you to have a phone number. They want to make sure that you're operating as a business.
Yeah.
Because if you're not, then you might as well just not be an LLC or a corporation. You might as well be a sole proprietor.
Right. And it's better to have that protection as an LLC. I've had things happen. I used to have 3 trucks in my business and my employees had accidents. And guess what? If it wasn't for the LLC, they would have been suing me personally. So the LLC's commercial insurance does have its advantages. So don't slip on that. And one tip I give y'all, because I went through a lot of stuff, always get your insurance limits as high as possible. You know, get a high deductible, and actually get the highest commercial insurance you can possibly get. Ask them what are the highest limits. It helps, because we never really think about things going wrong, but it can happen, guys.
It can.
And we want to make sure you guys are good. So I would, get an LLC, talk to your attorney or your tax person. I would get an EIN number, email, phone number, and then I would make the decision if I want a virtual office instead of having my home address as the business, because that has its own protections. It's only like you can get these offices now at Regis or at Opus for like $99 a month, and they'll even give you the phone number. But let me just throw this in there. You can also turn your cell phone into a business phone. We just gave y'all 2 ways tonight to build business credit. Turn your personal cell phone to a business phone. Also take your car and we're going to refinance it. And look, we're going to get into the details of the lenders in just a second. I want to talk about business credit. So it'll prime you for these lenders. So imagine you already got the company set up. We just talked about that, right? Now tell them about business credit, babe.
Okay. So Marvin, I was just speaking to a relationship banker.
Okay.
And one of the things that they're looking for now is they don't want to see your LLC where you didn't file at the Secretary of State.
Right.
You forgot.
Right.
And then you reinstated.
Right.
That right there is a red flag.
Yeah.
Red flag, red flag.
Yep.
Relationship banker was like, hey, the LLC has to not have gaps.
Right.
Having gaps is not good.
Not acceptable.
When we're talking about a LLC, these are things, if you're operating as a business, these are things that you have to remember to do.
And if not, get a registered agent. If you can't remember, there are companies out here that will remind you and invoice you and pay it for you. They're called registered agents. So think about that. If you guys say you're probably too busy, you got a lot going on, get a registered agent. Make sure you DM us or comment on the video, and I'll make sure I send you guys a registered agent that can help remind you of that, because it helps out a lot. Like seriously, it helps out a lot. And I want you guys to really, really get serious about your business. And like what Gloria is saying, get organized. The second thing, first thing I see most business owners do is they don't raise enough capital. That's number one.
Yes. And hold on, Marvin, let me say this. We're talking to a potential mentee today. And the first, one of the questions we asked was, how much capital did she need?
Oh, yeah.
And what did she say, babe?
She said, I think 50 to 100,000.
And I told her, if you need 50 to 100, I'm going to be looking at getting you 150 to 200.
Exactly.
Because we always need more than what we think we need.
Right.
So you always want to get more. If you talk about, hey, Gloria, I only, this is the problem. I only need 10,000.
Right.
I just need a quick 10 to get me going.
Right.
No, you don't need a quick 10. If you're telling me you need 10, I need to be getting you 50. Because you need to have money in case things happen. And things do happen.
And look at COVID. Look at COVID. It's so many businesses that went out of business during COVID, and we may never see them again.
Yeah.
And then think about how many people were rushing to go to the SBA, which is not a bad thing. But what I'm saying, look how the sense of urgency happened when things went wrong.
Yeah.
I want you guys to learn how to have that sense of urgency even when things are good.
Yeah.
Because think about it. We have to learn how to anticipate as business owners. Yeah, things are good. And guess what? Normally a recession, I'm not saying you're going to do anything wrong as a business owner, but what happens, a recession, like this year, we got an election year. The economy's gonna be different, depending on who the president is. So I want you guys to be prepared. Would you rather have the money and not need it, or need the money and not have it? That's a bad feeling. That is a bad feeling.
That is not a great feeling at all, Marvin. And I'm going to give you an example. Like Marvin and I, we own a restaurant, Cafe Social House in Atlanta, Georgia.
Yeah.
And let me tell you something. Our refrigerator went out, and the ice machine went out at the same time. You know, and it was like, okay, Marvin was like, "Glow, just call somebody, come and repair it. It'll be okay." So we had somebody come out and repair. Didn't work. Still didn't work. So we paid money for that, right, Marvin? And have someone come out and look at it. And then we still had to turn around and buy a new refrigerator and a new freezer, which cost us what? About how much per item, Marvin?
A lot.
Like $3,000 per piece.
Thousands.
Like the refrigerator the refrigerator had to be about $3,500.
Right.
The ice maker was about a good $3,000.
Right.
So there you go. You have $3,600 that we had of expenses that we didn't anticipate on having.
And it came out of nowhere. So that's what we're talking about. Plan for things that just might happen. Next, before we go to the lenders, I want to throw one more thing here. I need you guys, we're not using bad credit as an excuse in 2024.
No.
That is not happening. So if anybody has problems with their credit, type AI into the chat. I'll make sure that we send you guys a link. So type AI into the chat, and then we'll send you a link. We have an AI system that's do it yourself, takes about 15 to 20 minutes per month. And now you're able to work on your own credit without having to depend on a credit repair company.
My love, tell them one more time. We're not doing what as an excuse? What?
We're not.
I need to hear that.
We're not doing bad credit in 2024 as an excuse. You're not going to say that that's holding your business back. Get the personal credit in order so you can get great interest rates. And the name of the website is Luxury Credit Hacks. Now, I want to, ask you guys, put in the chat who you bank with. I want to talk about some banks that we can actually discuss that do business loans. I want you guys to get excited about this. Put your bank in the chat, and I'm going to share screens with you guys. Now, here you go. I'm going to start answering all the questions that you guys want to hear.
Can I tell them something real quick?
Sure.
Okay, so I just have to say this. So at the end, I'm going to find out who, if anyone thinks we're bringing value.
Yeah.
If you guys stay to the end, you have the opportunity to win something amazing from Marvin and I.
Exactly.
So stay to the end. Whoever stays to the end, and I'm going to have you text me something special at the end, and you're going to have the opportunity to win something from Marvin and I, okay? So you may want to stick around. So that number one, you can get this good game.
Right.
And number two, if you stick around and you get this good game, number two is you got the opportunity to win something.
That's right. Okay. So everybody on all the other social medias, we're on YouTube as Marvin and Gloria Smith. Make sure you guys follow us. All right. Bank of America is the first bank I'm going to talk about. Mm-hmm. So Bank of America has financing available at low rates. Mm-hmm. The loan amount from $10,000 all the way up. They got fixed rates. Somebody asked me about rates. They got commercial rates on commercial vehicles for as low as 6.99 APR. All right, the name of the loan at Bank of America is called the Business Advantage Auto Loan. And then you can tell them, baby, the requirements.
Okay, so you need to be 2 years in business minimum, okay? A minimal, sorry guys, I got tongue-tied. Vehicle value of $10,000,
right? And
the vehicle age of $5,000 is the maximum, and it has to have less than 75,000 miles on it.
Right
now, at least with Bank of America, I'm going to tell you this: you can buy multiple vehicles at one time.
Yeah, at one time you could buy I think it was 4 vehicles.
Yeah,
check with the banker, but I believe you could buy 4 vehicles at one time with Bank of America. And for a limited time offer, they have incentives if you purchase a new Mercedes-Benz vehicle. So that sounds like a Sprinter van.
Yeah.
So Bank of America will help you refinance also. So remember, you can buy a vehicle and you can refinance a vehicle using the Business Advantage Auto Loan. And I know people are going to ask me about payments. You can calculate your monthly payment right on Bank of America's website.
Yes.
It's called the Business Advantage Loan. And this is a great loan. We walked somebody through it a couple weeks ago and they got approved right away. I mean, this guy got approved online. The bank called him. He was locking in his rate. So you can lock in your 30-day rate. It gives you time to shop if you want to buy a new car, or you can lock in the rate and refinance your car. So this is either or. And then, you know, the thing about it, you can do financing at authorized dealers that Bank of America has. So make sure you guys write that down. The Business Advantage Loan with Bank of America. So
and you can put in your zip code and it'll tell you where the authorized dealers are.
Right. And somebody else put Truist in the chat, but I'm gonna do Ally first. So with Ally, Ally does a lot. Like you can actually get a commercial line of credit. You can get pre-approved for a commercial line of credit with Ally. You can also get specialty vehicle financing. Yes. So, you know, this could be, you know, adding a crane or a lift. Mm-hmm. This is heavy equipment. Yeah. So, you know, if you got heavy equipment that's paid off, you may be able to refinance that as well as doing an auto loan. So Ally is major. You can do financing in the business name. You can do business name only. Now, this is what y'all came for. If your business qualifies for financing without the owner's guarantee, you can obtain financing in the business name only. Yes, you guys, it's right on the website with Ally. You can get business credit or get your, you know, you can build credit in the business name. But now I'm gonna tell you the catch to that. You got to already have business credit. So you want to have anywhere from 10 to 14 accounts on your business credit. So don't sleep on business credit. And what I mean by business credit, so everybody understands, I mean accounts like Quill, Uline.
We talk about your Dun & Brad.
Yeah, your Dun & Bradstreet, your Experian.
Your Experian, you need to have at least something on there with the limit of $10,000 on your Experian.
Exactly.
So there are criterias, but if you take the time out and do it right, that's just like Marvin been saying, he throwing rocks at no dots.
I'm throwing rocks at no dots.
Let me tell you something. I've been picking the rocks up, but let me tell you, a personal banker just told us, they're going to get to the point where everything is going to be documented. Yeah, so if you don't have your ish together, it's time for you to get it on point. And it's not too late.
Right.
Start now before it gets too late.
Right. And look at also Ally has right on their website, build credit in your business name. Protect yourself from liability related to the operation of a vehicle. Been there, done that. You know, if you want to, you know, mitigate your liability, put the vehicle in your business name. You never know what could actually happen to you. And then they'll help you find a dealer and they'll show you how Ally financing works for your business. So Ally, guys, remember this, ALLY can help you with business financing. Now I'm gonna jump over to Truist. So Truist actually has loans for your business, you know, as far as your auto as well. So check out Truist. You can actually refinance your vehicles. It says it right on the website. It's called the Small Business Auto Loan. Yes. So transportation all set, purchase or refinance cars, vans, light trucks, SUVs. Now check this out. Apply for a specific loan amount up to $250,000. So that lets you know you could do heavy equipment if you had that as well.
And the loan is up to 75 months.
Right.
And you get 100% financing plus 10% for the cost.
Yep, for the soft cost. So, you know, you can refinance your vehicle. We just gave you guys 3 lenders tonight.
3.
You know, you got Bank of America. I'm going to go back to that. It's called the Business Advantage Loan. All right. You got Ally, which Ally does a lot of Dodge. I've actually went through Ally before. They do a lot of Dodge vehicles, but now they do just about any make or model of a car if you wanted, you know, other cars. And we can sit here and talk about lenders all night, you guys. You can do Ford, you can do Toyota. I mean, they have several lenders that will actually, finance your car. So if you guys got questions, make sure y'all throw those questions. Like somebody else said in the chat, my loan is with Ally. So that goes to show you, Ally is a great lender that can help you refinance your car. And somebody said First Citizens Bank. I mean, we got a lot in here.
Are they on the business side or the personal side? Ally, are you on the business side? First Citizen, come on, give us a little bit more information so that we can share with the audience. Is it on the business side or the commercial side? And did you have a good experience going through the process?
Yeah. Talk about your experience, because, in our mentorship and our community, sharing information really helps. It can stop you from getting a hard inquiry. Like, most people go to the car dealership and they go to get the car or the vehicle, but they also go to get the money. You only go to a car dealership for a car. You don't go to a car dealership looking for money. You go get approved first, then you go to the car dealership. So I want to make sure you guys, that right there could help you avoid. We've seen people with 60, 70 inquiries because they didn't want to give up on getting a car. So remember what I said, get approved at the lender first, then go looking for the car, at the car dealership.
Let me tell them why. Okay. So nothing against car dealerships, we like
we love car dealers,
but they're not in the business of financing. They're in the business of selling you a car. And a lot of times what happens is they'll find somebody to finance you, but then guess what? They're gonna make money off the car, and they're gonna put 2 points or so on the back end of the loan, and they're going to make money on the back end of that as well.
Exactly.
So why do that when you can go in there and pop your collar and take a check and be like, here you go, here's the check for that car.
Right.
That's what we want to teach you,
because it's cash to the car dealership.
Yeah.
Whether you give them the money or you write cash out of your bank account, they love when people say they're gonna pay cash, because it's the same to the dealership. It doesn't matter. A wire transfer is a wire transfer.
Most definitely.
And somebody just asked, can they refinance auto loan with a new business? That's where you have to talk to the lender. Most lenders want you to be in business 2 years, but I'm sure there are exceptions where you can do this with a new business, because as long as you've been paying for the car, this is where you might want to go to your bank or your lender where they know you. So if I was a brand new business, I just started out, I want to put my vehicle in the business name. Now, if it's paid for, that's easy breezy, just transfer it. Yeah. But if it's not paid for, I would go to the bank where I financed the car. I think you have a better likelihood of getting approved there than you would going to a new lender. What do you think, babe?
I totally agree. And if you're not prepared now, get yourself in position.
Start
doing a little research, find out what banks will accept it, a new company, and start getting yourself in position to make it happen if that's something that you're interested in doing.
And don't be afraid to talk to the lenders.
Yeah.
We see this so many times. Don't be afraid to call the bank and ask a question. It's okay. It's free.
Okay.
It's free to ask questions. And then more than anything, you guys want to get relationship bankers.
Yes. So important.
Yeah, get a relationship banker where they can tell you what type of products they have. Like, that's how I learned so much about banking. Mm-hmm. I had a banker years ago that let me see the product book. This thing looked like a telephone book, but she let me see the product book and I read it. And you got to realize the bank is in the business of lending money. They just have to see what product that fits your situation, if that makes sense.
Most definitely, Marvin. I totally agree. And Marvin and I, we can help you with that as well.
Right.
We have so many lenders. We paint the picture for the bank.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? You jump into our mentorship program and we get to know what your goals are.
Right.
Where you're trying to go.
Right.
How much money you're trying to raise. And then we can better advise you. And then we help you package up everything and get it over to the lender. So we're going to paint the picture for the lender so that they can have a good understanding of what your goals and visions are, so that we can get you to the check. Because I'm telling you, there's nothing like the mind, having the mind, the peace of mind.
Right.
when you have money in the bank to run your business. You can't run a successful business if you're stressing every day.
Yeah.
And you're robbing Peter to pay Paul.
Exactly.
That just, it's hard to run a successful business.
Right.
But if you have what you need, if you have the money that you need, it's easier to focus on running your business the proper way.
Exactly. And I want you guys to realize, like somebody asked the question, if your car is paid off, why put it in the business name? It makes it easier when you're doing your taxes to write it off. But I'm not a tax person, so ask your tax advisor. But I would rather, even the website with Ally said, now you're protecting yourself from liability. If you have an accident, like I had several employees have accidents, it messed up my car insurance. I didn't have an accident that was my fault. It was always somebody else's fault that worked for me, and it made my insurance rates high. So that's another reason I would want that to be on my commercial insurance and not on my personal insurance. So, just think about it. But this may not work for everybody, but for people who have construction companies, delivery businesses, Uber, stuff like that, I would definitely put the business, put the car in my business name. And then somebody asked a question. They said, explain, get yourself in position. So I think what Gloria was meaning by get yourself in position is prepare to go in business. Just like you save 6 months of your bills in case something goes wrong at home, do the same thing for your business. What we mean is hope for the best, but be prepared for the worst.
And another thing is, when I say get yourself in position, I'm also talking about what Marvin stated, but also as get yourself in position to, if you're needing to raise capital for your business. Some people may not be ready just yet, but figure out what it is that you need to do to be able to go to the bank and get that approval. Does that mean do you have negative items on your credit?
Exactly.
Do you need help with your credit?
Exactly.
Do you not know what banks to go to? Do you know what programs, if you don't know what programs are out here, or what programs best fit your situation?
Right.
That's what I mean. Get yourself in position. Marvin and I have a mentorship where we can help you.
Exactly.
That's not trying to sell you guys on our mentorship. I'm just telling you that I've walked that walk.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And you can make a lot of mistakes.
I lost a lot of things walking that walk on my own.
Yeah.
I lost my house. I lost my car. But I knew that in my blood, when I tell you it's in my blood that I was supposed to be an entrepreneur,
right?
I breathe, eat, live being an entrepreneur.
Right.
That's why I'm on here talking to you. That's why Marvin and I are here to give you the game so you don't make the same mistakes that I made.
Exactly.
I wish I had this right here available
I
opened my first business.
Man.
I opened my first business back in 2017. I wish I had something like this available. Now you see everybody online, everybody on Instagram, everybody on. But this wasn't available to me back in 2017 when I was, when I was struggling, becoming a new business owner and not knowing what to do. I had to figure it out. I did a lot of reading. That's how I started to open my business, because I knew I wanted to create that legacy for my family. But I didn't have a roadmap to success. I didn't have nobody telling me, Gloria, if you go right, you're going to run into some problems. You may need to keep it on the straight right here.
Right.
So just having somebody to guide me. I didn't have anybody to tell me to raise more capital than what I needed. Because if I would have raised more capital, it would have saved me a lot of headaches. I wouldn't have lost my house. I wouldn't have lost my car, because I was so busy trying. I was like, oh my God, this is the cash business. I ain't gonna pay that. I'll pay that car note next time.
Right.
This right here I gotta keep the lights on in here so that money can keep
coming. It'll pay for the car.
It'll pay for the car.
Right.
But it never pays for the car.
Right. And
just throwing money back into it.
And that helps you. What we're talking about, we're saying put the car in the business name. Now you're truly learning how to separate your business from your personal. And I'm feeding right into what Gloria is saying. What we do is we start commingling stuff. And another thing, when somebody asks, what do you mean about setting yourself up? I'm going to tell you one big mistake. We talked to a lender. He said 60% of the business owners that come to him to borrow money are working out of their personal account.
Yes.
Now I'm telling y'all right now,
yes,
separate your business from your personal. Start
Yes.
operating out of a business bank account. I'm not talking about Cash App and Venmo and PayPal.
Yes.
Those are money transfer accounts. Actually set up a business bank account. And like somebody just put in the chat, actually set up a business plan.
Oh,
You know,
yes.
write a business plan. Look, let your documentation dominate the conversation. Like if you give them your documents, now you don't have to sit there and explain
and convince
and try to sell the banker. They ain't got time for that. They want to see your documents so they can give it to the underwriter. The reason why they have an underwriter is so they can have somebody with an objective opinion that doesn't know the person that came in the bank. And guess what? You want your paperwork to even convince the underwriter.
Let me say something, Marvin. So it's so good. It's so funny that you brought this up because, okay, so one of our client, an old client that we had, called me the other day, yesterday. And Marvin was like, who's that? Because she was just talking, I mean, like nonstop. She was talking a lot, okay?
Right.
And I don't mind listening to our clients. It's
right.
Okay.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's what we're here for, to help. And she needed help fixing her personal credit.
Right.
But she wanted to explain to me how she got in that position. It doesn't matter how you got in a position. It doesn't matter that you were sick and all of that as well. But let's talk about how we go get you back on point. Soon as I see your credit report, like Marvin said, the documentation tells a story.
It does.
That I can look at your credit report and it will paint a story for me.
It will.
You know what I'm saying? So I don't need you to give me all these 1,000,001 reasons why or what happened.
Right.
Just give me the credit report and let it tell me the story, and let's figure out how to get you back on point.
Right. And then more than anything, establish, I can say this 20 times tonight, establish relationships with who you're banking with, because what's going to happen, I've seen people with bad credit get loans because it had nothing, the way they paid their bills and the way they paid the bank, something else could have happened in their life. It could have been a divorce. It could have been health reasons. I've seen people with bad credit still get loans. And so what I'm telling you guys is develop a relationship with the banker and who you have at your bank, because that's gonna change everything. And then I want to show y'all one more time for the people that just showed up. You can actually go, make sure I share screens. You can actually go to Bank of America. Now, I'm say this one more time. You guys can go to Bank of America and you can set up you can actually set up a business advantage loan, to refinance your vehicle. So remember that. I'm gonna pull it up right quick so you guys can see it again. For those of you who may have jumped on late. All right, you can get what's called a business advantage loan. They're telling you the requirements. Right here, it says you can purchase cars, vans, light trucks that you need to keep your business rolling, or you can refinance your vehicle, which could lower your monthly payment or interest you pay. So remember, you can also get a 30-day rate lock guarantee that gives you plenty of time if you're looking to buy a vehicle. But right now, tonight, we're talking about refinancing the vehicle. So they're saying, Bank of America, they want you to be minimum 2 years in business, minimum vehicle value of 10,000, maximum vehicle age of 5 years. So that's pretty good.
That's really good.
And then less than 75,000 miles. And for new Mercedes-Benz vehicles, they got a special program.
Hold on, time out. Can I get a new Mercedes?
Hey,
I have a Mercedes, y'all. Can I get a new Mercedes?
Go ahead. Oh, let me make sure when I share screens, it talks about these other ones as well. So I'm gonna go back over Ally so you guys can see that, because I think when I switched screens, it didn't show y'all this. So Ally Bank Financing, you got third-party guarantee, business name only, build business credit in the business name, and protect yourself from liability, when you're going to buy a vehicle. So Ally can help you guys as well. What were you gonna say, babe?
I was just I'm like, whoa, I want a new car now.
So no, always keep these places in mind. I'm gonna go over this last one so you guys can see it. Look, the small business auto loan through Truist. All right, transportation, all set, purchase or refinance vans, light trucks, and SUVs. You can apply for up to $200,000 and $50,000 with Ally.
Whoa.
Up to 75 months, and you can get up to 100% financing. So that means
is that a Lambo truck? 250?
That might be, I don't know, a Lambo might be a little bit more.
A little bit more, but pretty close, right?
Yeah.
Lambo truck.
So you can get some vehicles, y'all. You know, and the thing about it is, make sure that you're able to, you're able to get yourself, like Gloria said, in position. Make sure you got a business plan. Make sure you pay those fees at the Secretary of State, and make sure that your business is making money. I don't even want to miss that. Make sure you actually generate money, because we don't advocate just getting in debt to be in debt. We want you guys to be making money with your business. And sometimes it takes borrowing money to get more equipment, to get more employees, or working capital.
Take money to make money sometimes,
And then, like somebody commented, when you're taking this vehicle out of your off your personal credit, putting it on your business credit, you're able to free up your debt to income ratio.
Definitely.
So you're able to buy a car or buy a house. I'm sorry.
Yes.
Buy a house or things like that by freeing up this extra payment that's on your personal credit. So you really can actually, help yourself out personally if you take some of that stuff off of your personal credit and put it over on your business credit. Yeah. And so remember, anybody that needs help with their personal credit, we got an AI system called Luxury Credit Hacks that will help you. If you guys are not subscribed to our channel, make sure you subscribe, Marvin and Gloria Smith, like, and also comment. If you guys got any experience with Ally, any experience with Bank of America or Truist, leave those comments below. It may help somebody else, if they're going to get their vehicle refinanced.
And if you can't use this, share it with someone else who can.
Yeah.
It's so important. Like, I think Marvin and I, we talk about this all the time.
Yeah.
It's our duty to share this information. We are not gatekeepers.
That's right.
We are not trying to keep all the information. We want to empower your finances. So we want to share. That's what it's about. It's about helping you get to the next level. And I'm going to tell you why. Because I wish I had someone back then to help me, or to tell me, or to coach me, or to give me some free game.
Right.
Do you know where I would be? I would be on top of the world right now. Okay?
I know that's right. So no, think about taking that vehicle out of your personal name, putting it on the business side. Talk to your banker. If not, we gave you guys 3 lenders tonight. We gave you Bank of America, Ally, and Truist. All of them will help you refinance that vehicle. Somebody even said Navy Federal.
And
Navy Federal will do it as well.
And so many more.
Yeah.
Ford.
Yeah, Toyota.
Just all of them do it. So just check it out and see which one is going to be the best fit for you.
Right.
But y'all, if y'all think Marvin should give me a new Mercedes, put it in the chat. I think I should. Special going on right now. I think I should get a new business deal. It's time for you to upgrade my business car. My car is a business car that's paid off. That's time for us to upgrade my business car.
Hey, let's do it, y'all. But no, if anybody has any questions, throw them in the chat. Babe, what's your giveaway tonight?
Okay, y'all. So this is what we're gonna do, and I'm gonna announce it. I'm not gonna announce it tonight. Okay. I'm going to announce it next week. So that means you guys need to show up and stay tuned, okay?
Next Tuesday, 7 p.m.
Next Tuesday. So everybody who texts Marvin, they need to text us tonight.
Okay.
So if you're on here and you text, I'm ready tonight.
Okay.
Okay? You got to text either myself or Marvin,
or put it in the chat.
Yep,
leave a comment
on YouTube, and it has to be tonight, and you have to do it tonight by 9 o'clock.
Okay.
EST. Okay. You type "I'm ready." I'm gonna pull all of those names together. I'm gonna put it in a pot, and I'm going to pull a name next week. So you got to show up next week, because you got to be on here next week if you want to get the money. I'm gonna call your name out. And if you're not on here, I'm going to move to the next person.
Right.
I'm going to give you a 3-night, 4 days hotel paid for Las Vegas. All you have to pay for is the taxes and the resort fee.
Right.
That's it. It's not a timeshare.
Right.
It's none of that. The hotels are like MGM Grand,
right,
the Bellagio, Caesar Palace. We're talking about top notch hotels. Okay.
Yeah.
So if you put in there, I'm ready, I'm gonna pull the people name off of boat by 9. You gotta do it by 9 o'clock. I'm gonna pull the people name off of here. Instagram, TikTok.
Make sure you DM me too. TikTok, DM me.
You have to DM me. TikTok, you have to DM me. I'm gonna pull all the names. I'm gonna put them on a piece of paper. And when we start our YouTube next week, when we start our YouTube live next week, we're gonna pull a name and you're gonna win a trip.
All right, I love it. Y'all heard that, right? DM or comment, I'm ready. And next week, you got a chance to win a trip to Las Vegas. Hotel. It's a hotel. Now you got to pay for your own flight, but you'll win a hotel 4 days, 3 nights in Las Vegas. We'll announce the winner next Tuesday at 7 p.m. Eastern time. But you got to comment or DM by 9 o'clock Eastern time tonight.
And you got to show up next week.
You got to show up, right? Because if you don't show up, we're going right over to the next person and keep it moving.
You got to show up.
That's right.
Pull those names, y'all, so you have an opportunity to win.
That's right. DM me or leave a chat. Leave a I'm ready in the chat on YouTube, because we want to make sure we're fair to everybody. And look, I want you guys to make sure you subscribe to us. Make sure you like and comment. And we will see you guys next week and check out our other videos.
Thank you so much, guys, for joining. Thank you for being here tonight.
Have a good one.